What's up, guys? Crypto Kemet coming back at you with another video. Today we're going to talk about what is Bitcoin. So grab a snack, sit back, your pens, your pencils, and let's talk about it. All right, guys, what is Bitcoin? Not just from my perspective, but also according to what the white paper says. Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer transaction system. Not just any transaction system, it's a decentralized transaction system. This means that no third parties can take your Bitcoin. You got that? No third parties can take your Bitcoin. Bitcoin is durable, it's portable, it's fungible, it's scarce, and it has major acceptability. All right. Excuse me, guys, if I look down a couple times. I have my notebook. I don't want to be talking out of my ass. So I wrote down some notes just to keep this video nice and sweet. All right. All right. Bitcoin, though, back to the topic. Bitcoin is the hardest money to ever be invented. It's like the invention of the wheel. All right. Why? Because Bitcoin was created to save us from inflation. It was created to be a store of value. It was created to save your wealth from being debased. What do I mean by being debased? If you look at fiat currency, if you look at the dollar was taken off of the gold standard in 1971 by Nixon, right? Thanks to Nixon. All right. When we were taken off the gold standard, this caused inflation to take place, which is why we are at 36 trillion in debt as a world government, right? Or a nation. With Bitcoin, you cannot print Bitcoins, right? So there's 21 million Bitcoins that will ever exist, and the entire universe has to share them. All right. This makes Bitcoin extremely scarce. All right. They can only be mined until they run out, which I believe the last Bitcoin will be mined in 2043. All right. So if you got miners, yay for you. All right. But Bitcoin is scarce. It's even more scarce than gold, right? We don't know how much gold is on the earth. We just know we can find it sometimes. And it's very difficult to find it and mine it. Same thing with Bitcoin, except for Bitcoin has a hard cap of 21 million, which makes it the ultimate scarce asset, right? So one, its scarcity makes it valuable. All right, when you compare that to the dollar, as we were saying before, the dollar is being debased, it's being printed. It was taken off the gold standard by Nixon in 1971. All right. Not to mention they continuously are printing it. Okay. Why else is Bitcoin so great? What makes Bitcoin so what else makes Bitcoin so valuable? Well, it's also durable. All right. You don't have to worry about your Bitcoin being seized by third parties, governments, and big corporations. All right. You see, your Bitcoin is built on a specific specific algorithm, hash 256. All right. This algorithm makes Bitcoin run on digital signatures and private keys. The only way that someone can take your Bitcoin is if they have your private keys or they understand how to use your digital signature. All right. That's the only way, which makes Bitcoin unhackable. There is no backdoor. You don't believe it? Check out later on my channel. Check out earlier on my channel, my earlier videos. I literally have footage of Obama saying Bitcoin has no backdoor. Government can't get in, right? So Bitcoin is ultimately durable. If an EMP hits and everything's destroyed, well, whoever survives, if they have the digital keys and the digital signatures, all they have to do is plug up the ledger, use those keys and digital signature, and they can access that Bitcoin again. It's only stored on the blockchain. It's not a tangible thing. You feel me? But it doesn't, just because it isn't tangible doesn't mean it's not valuable. The internet isn't tangible, but it's valuable, right? All right, let's move on. Bitcoin is portable. You can literally be in Africa. You can be in Alaska. And if I send Bitcoin to you across the border, No one can stop it, right? It's inevitably portable. You can literally transport billions of dollars through time and space. You can move it around without anyone being able to take it or touch it from you, right? Bitcoin is very portable, all right? So right now we've discussed a little bit of scarcity, all right? We discussed a little bit of portability and durability, right? Now let's look at the divisibility. The great thing about Bitcoin is, yes, there's only 21 million, which means it can't be printed. But this means that everyone can own some Bitcoin, but everyone can't own one Bitcoin. Bitcoin, you are able to split it down into pieces called Satoshis, all right? Bitcoin is made up of something called Satoshis. And all of these Satoshis make up one Bitcoin. This means that everyone can get a piece of a Bitcoin, but everyone can't own one whole Bitcoin, which also comes into its scarcity, all right? If everyone can't own one Bitcoin, but the demand is high for it, this means that the price inevitably will go up, all right? So we're talking about divisibility. We're also talking about scarcity, all right? So we got durability, we got portability, and we got scarce, right? We got scarcity, all right? I feel like I'm missing one. I know I'm missing one. Oh, it's verifiable, right? Bitcoin is also has verifiability, right? When I say this, I mean that Bitcoin is completely transparent. That means all of your transactions are on the blockchain. Every transaction you ever made is stored on the blockchain, and you can go back on the blockchain and look this up, and you can verify each transaction, right? No one can duplicate your transactions. One Bitcoin will always be one Bitcoin, and every transaction you make is on a public ledger where everyone can see it tied to a specific wallet, all right? This is unlike the banking system or the legacy system where crimes are committed and you can't always trace these crimes, right? Whereas with Bitcoin, you can see them all on an open ledger, all right? So right now, guys, what we're looking at is a peer-to-peer transaction system that is not only a transaction system that is decentralized and keeps you away from third parties, but it is also extremely durable. It is extremely portable. It's extremely divisible, meaning everyone can get it. It's extremely scarce, which makes it valuable. And it's being accepted all over the world. BlackRock, we've got multiple politicians. I haven't heard one politician not mention Bitcoin, guys. All right. Bitcoin is backed by consensus mathematics and engineering. You can't say that Bitcoin isn't backed by anything. Gold is not, the dollar is not backed by gold. We were taking off the gold standard and we're not going back to it. It doesn't work, right? Whereas with Bitcoin, you don't have to worry about your money being debased, guys. What I can genuinely tell you is that we are in a digital age. Our money is going digital, whether we like it or not. The question you need to be asking is, do you want to use the government's digital currency that they create for you that can be froze, right? CBDC, central bank digital currencies. Or do you want to have a peer-to-peer transaction system that's decentralized, that you can control it through your digital signatures and private keys, right? There is no back door, right? With that being said, I say it in all of my videos, the majority of my videos, guys, we are in the digital gold rush. In this time, we are in the gold rush, and this time is digital. In this time, Bitcoin is the gold. All right? I want you guys to seriously think about getting yourself some Bitcoin. It will change your life and those of the lives of those around you. With that being said, this is Crypto Kemet. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.